Gosh, it sure is difficult to make a career out of being a solo indie video game developer. Seems like a few giga-chads walked away with the bag and the rest of us are stuck here hammering at stones. Sure can be demotivating, that's for sure. One day you think you got it all figured out, and the next moment a sequence of server clock cycles running an equation written by a 17-year-old Estonian hacker decides the thing that you spent tens of hours carefully crafting doesn't deserve to be shown to anyone. However, I believe I may have found a solution to make money from developing a video game, even though it's not extremely popular, and without microtransactions, advertisements, or even a cryptocurrency money laundering scheme. See, if you observe the solo developers making money from their own video games, there are the 1 in a million rockstar standouts you hear about all the time, like Stardew Valley, Undertale, Cave Story, or Minecraft. And then there's the regular Joes like you and I. People releasing games that get a couple hundred purchases if they're lucky, where if you crunch the numbers on their profit relative to effort, they were probably paid pennies on the hour. Now, I want to make a career out of this game, my game. But if I'm honest with myself, in its current state, based on the amount of time I'm pouring into it, I'll probably turn 5 years of dedicated effort into a tank of gas and a Subway sandwich. Which is fine. I want this game to be sort of my legacy. I want to know that I worked my ass off following my dream and actually went through with it. Doing that and failing is better to me than never trying at all. So, imagine my delight when I discover there's an entire corner of the indie video game development community which simultaneously makes games nobody ever talks about and are also making enough money to support themselves. I'm speaking, of course, about not safe for work Japanese schoolgirl dating sims. That's right. Sweaty middle-aged men are making cash hand over fist, writing fantasy dialogue for cartoon women. As it turns out, it's not that much of a stretch to add something like that to my own game. In fact, I'm going to show you how I've done exactly that. The first problem is that all the characters in my game are boys. Luckily, gender is about how you identify on the inside and not about how you look. So we'll just do this to indicate their identity to the player. Currently, you can press the interact button to hear a phrase from the NPC's personality. Now in real life, if a girl said something to us, we would just walk away or start crying. But in the virtual world, we get to pretend to have dialogue options. I created this little dialogue menu to display text, which can scroll up and down in case we need to fit lengthy descriptions of what the NPC plans on doing to us. Now we need those responses I just talked about. I can feel myself getting nervous already. Some games take a simplified approach, but I want to be able to have a list of any size of responses, just in case we need them. I wrote a dialogue manager, a dialogue factory, a dialogue option, and a dialogue option button. And all of it just to do this. Neat. Now we can slap on the close-up image those dating sims have, which I definitely didn't know from experience, and of course, make a slight modification. Now, if Stardew Valley taught us anything, it's that women need to receive gifts to like you. So it stands to reason that we'll need a trading menu, since of course when you give someone something, you expect something in return. To do that, the dialogue buttons need to actually do something first. The most important option I tackled immediately was Old Faithful, end the conversation. And of course, you can press the escape button to get out quickly without even saying anything, even though you just walked up and initiated the conversation. Then, I created the trade dialogue, an option available only to NPCs that have been assigned shopkeeper jobs by the random generation. It's not complete, but don't worry, you can run away at any time. Remember that party system I made? Girls like parties too. We can have the correct sequence of dialogue choices result in that NPC joining our party. Just remember, no always means no. Now all I have to do is add a bunch of girls with different hair colors and cup sizes, and I'll be ready to start accepting your donations on Patreon. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.